Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
8546. This one is going to be Sauce Gardner, Ahmad Gardner, whatever you want to call him. The first thing that I take away from him is that he's a press corner. He's what, 6'3", 190, so he's not the biggest. He's not the biggest. He's not like 210 and 208. I don't know how much Jalen Ramsey weighs, but he's not a Ramsey type of build. Not the best tackler, but as far as bump and run coverage, man-to-man coverage, he's great in coverage. He's sticky in coverage. And I'm going to show you a couple of plays about how well he can cover in man coverage, how well he can cover in zone, how he presses. His timing is impeccable in press coverage. Ton of things about his tackling. All of that we'll get to. So right here we got cover 4. Everybody's dropping back. All of these guys are dropping back. It kind of starts to look like man because he's going to press this guy right here. By the way, he is right here, just to show you. But everybody's going to press their guy, and it's a cover 4. And I just want you to watch this. The ball doesn't go towards him. It's not a super highlight play, but it's just to show how great he is at disrupting and about just eliminating guys from the beginning of the play to just make the quarterback not even look to his side. So let's watch this here. Play starts. Wide receiver is kind of just running straight towards him. I think in college you have a little bit more of a cushion to press, but the wide receiver starts off and just running straight towards him. The wide receiver comes with his hands first, but Sauce has arms that are so long. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can zoom in right here. As you can see, they both have their hands extended, but Sauce has his hands extended a little bit further, and the press is successful because the wide receiver can't get into Sauce's chest. And the timing, even though it was off and he kind of lost, just because of that length, he was able to disturb him just far enough, and he's on top of that route. Now the ball gets thrown, but let's just watch this in real time. Watch how quickly he's on top of that route. He does get pushed around a little bit, but he's on balance the entire time. He's there. All right, so this play, you're going to see why they pay him the big bucks, or why they're going to pay him the big bucks. This is just island coverage. This is island coverage, single safety, no real help. You know the safety is probably going to shade to the other side. Right here, Sauce Gardner is an island boy. He's alone on an island. He's no help over the top. The safety, as you see, just watch the safety right here. He's not even going over to that side. So his goal right here with this receiver running a streak is to make this receiver run a route he doesn't want to run and take this outside. That's his goal, to take this outside and to reroute this wide receiver. So as you see, the hands are quick. Before the receiver even gets to take a step forward, there's a bunch of chopping, a bunch of wasted motion from the receiver. The hands are already there. The hands are already in his chest. And he's already to the sideline. At this point, you're finished. Yes, this is sort of like a decoy route. The quarterback isn't looking over there. But let's just look at it. He's already eliminated. He's got about, what, an inch or 2 inches between his feet and the sideline, and he just runs him right out of there. Runs him right out of there. Meanwhile, Kobe Bryant on the other side, not Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, Kobe Bryant, the young Kobe Bryant, for Cincinnati, is getting mossed on his back shoulder. But Sauce Gardner did his job. Look at this guy. He's all the way pressed onto the sideline. As you can see, the arrow's gone, but here's Sauce Gardner right here, number 1. He's always going to be number 1. Everybody's manned up. As you can see, he's going to man up right here. Follow his guy. This is off coverage. Play action. He's noticing that the ball gets thrown. You got your crosser coming across. And this is my first issue with Ahmad Gardner right here. In the open field, this could be some problems. This could be some issues in the open field because can't say he didn't try, but he's not the best tackler. Right here again, he's going to try to tackle somebody else. And again, this time he actually does a really good job fighting off the receiver as a blocker. But when he goes to make the tackle, yes, he ends up making it, but he's way too high right here. And he kind of just says, hey, can you run me over, please? Now he makes the tackle because he has help, but he's way too high right here. So this one I had to kind of run back from this angle because I want you all to see. Now, did he just miss this tackle? Did he get juked out? Or was this a business decision? I'm still trying to decide what it was, but I'll let you all be the judge. He's going to be on the left side of your screen. The ball's going to go over there. Did he just miss the tackle? Or did he just say, you're putting your foot in the ground and I'm not going to make this tackle. I don't feel like it. I'm not sure. He didn't really grab him. He didn't really touch him. It was kind of like he was trying to get out of his way. So this right here is just a very well-timed blitz, shows that he watches film, shows that he knows what type of play is coming, and when the ball is going to be snapped, I'll just let it play. Shows off the speed, right into the backfield, 6'3", forced fumble. Cincinnati didn't get it back, but hey, you force a fumble on a cornerback blitz, that's exactly what you're looking for. All right, so we got Sauce Gardner again. This is going to be on a deep crosser. And this is a staple of most NFL offenses these days. This is how they get their big plays, almost like they took a page out of Madden. But let's just watch this right here. You're going to have the press. Following, he's just mirroring the receiver right here, pressing him. The receiver is actually able to get the inside from him. And this play is going to be about recovery. It's going to be about recovery. He's having to chase him across the field. The quarterback is letting it loose. And a sneaky jersey grab, but he slows him down and he uses that long arm to come over the receiver and swat that ball away. Here he is right here at the top of your screen. Right here he's playing zone coverage, and this is just very nitpicky. This is very nitpicky, but I have to point these things out because he's looked at as a top 8 pick, top 5 pick almost. And this isn't me saying that he's not worth this pick. I'm just showing you things that I see on film that I just think should be pointed out. So right here, he's playing cover 4. It looks like they're playing some cover 4 right here. And he just drops back. And very nitpicky, of course, but he's dropping back and there's nobody back there. There's nobody even threatening to be back there. No one close to turn that up the field. So I would just like him to be a little bit more aggressive and to kind of crash down on the guy on the left of him or the guy, right in front of him, just because you could prevent a first down that way, or because if the guy catches the ball right here, first down right there. So very nitpicky, but I just wanted you all to see that sometimes I've noticed this on more than one occasion. I don't want the video to be too long, but I've noticed this on more than one occasion. A lot of times he'll just drop back and just play his zone and not turn that zone coverage into man coverage, which is what you want to do when you're playing zone coverage. So we got him right here at the bottom of your screen again. And this is just a quick example of just showing what happens when you get too robotic in zone coverage. So he's just going to drop back a little bit too far, making sure he's, disciplined and playing his zone. But he's way too far off the receiver. And this could honestly be completed, but they end up going to somebody else who's less open. Well, I guess he's more open now, but they end up going to somebody else. But he kind of got beat in the inside right there because he was too worried about playing his deep zone. This one I'll kind of give him a pass because you never know who might cut back outside. But it's just something to look out for. I don't think it'll be a huge thing at all. He's just more focused at times of playing his zone than to kind of play more naturally and turn that zone coverage of anybody that's in your zone and the man, and having the awareness to know that nobody's in your zone. So you need to follow where the receivers are. Again, a little bit more nitpicking, but I gotta do it just so we know everything about the prospect. And again, I still think that he's that top 5 level pick, but some of these things need to be pointed out. He can get a little bit grabby. It's at the bottom of your screen right here. He's going to get a nice press. Got him on the sideline. And this double move from this receiver really gets him beat. And he's grabbing right here. And he does a lot of grabbing when receivers start to separate, which is why people weren't shocked when his 40 came in at 4.49, but the official eventually came in at 4.41. But a lot of times he does kind of get run away from when he's not as disciplined, and his catch-up speed isn't the best. I would guess he's probably someone who has to run a little while before he can get to that top speed. But he's beat right here. If he doesn't grab, he's really beat. And he's beat either way because the wide receiver still has that step on him. The quarterback just doesn't make a good throw. All right, so I definitely want to finish on a high note because I don't want this to turn into a bash Sauce Gardner thing, but I just had to point out some of the things I saw. But this is a perfect way to sum up who he is as a player. Very smart as a player, very aware of what his teammates are doing, and really able to stick with guys as they're doing things, as they're running routes. He's able to reroute receivers better than most corners I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years at least. He's able to reroute people at a very high level. And this is just poetry in motion right here. Wide receivers coming off makes him have to take the inside route, which is exactly what the receiver wanted to do. But he understands that, hey, I've got 2 guys inside to help for this. He's got 2 people inside, so he's able to very, very, very aggressively shade this wide receiver back into the inside because he knows he has all the help in the world into the inside. And he's just not worried about getting beat to the outside because he's able to pivot. But anyway, he's using these 2 teammates in the inside of the field, using them in the inside of the field, and guess what? He gives them a little love tap right there. Perfectly legal, incidental contact. The receiver runs right into him, and he just reroutes him right there. The receiver's on the ground. And this turns into an interception. And this isn't because of pass interference. This is just because he had great coverage. The receiver tried to, break on him, tried to make that cut, and ran into him, and he just rerouted him, and he wasn't able to keep his balance. And this is what happens. Sauce Gardner is the type of corner that is going to get you a ton of interceptions that he might not catch, but him just shutting guys down is going to get you a ton of interceptions. So I'll stop it right there. Again, it may have seemed like this, but this was not a bad Sauce Gardner video. I just saw some things on film that I wanted to point out. I think he is an elite prospect. I believe that you could take him anywhere from number 2 to number 3, number 4, all the way up to number 10. I think he's just that good, especially his ability to play press coverage. The fact that he's a 6'3" cornerback who can move his hips the way he does. The fact that he's not the best tackler, but again, aggressive and physical with wide receivers as they're running their routes. And he's able to really stay on people's hips. This is really all you're looking for in a corner. The tackling is a plus. He's got to do better at that, especially a team like the Giants where we have Adoree Jackson. And he already can't tackle that well. So you can't have 2 corners on the outside on the boundaries that can't tackle well. That's how you give up a ton of first downs on screens and on other plays. But listen, as far as just lining up, playing man coverage, bump and run press coverage, which again, as a Giants fan, that's what Wink Martindale is going to do. He's going to play that bump and run. He's going to send some blitzes. Sauce Gardner is the perfect cornerback, the perfect prospect to go into a defense that likes to blitz a bunch, that plays a bunch of man coverage, that leaves their guys on islands. I think that's the perfect guy for that. Now, again, I have seen some things where it's on some crossers. He has to do some grabbing to stay with his man. That's something that's concerning. I've seen the tackling as an issue. And then very, very, very nitpicky, I've seen sometimes he gets a little bit robotic in zone coverage. I think the zone coverage will be fixed after training camp with the NFL team. I think as far as the grabbing, I think that's just something else. Again, he's a big corner. It's going to be hard for him to stay with these tiny wide receivers coming across the field. But I do think his long arms and as he gets that better NFL technique, they'll allow him to be able to stay with these guys and be able to reach and swat away some of these balls. And then with the tackling, he's just got to be better at tackling. He's just got to learn in the NFL. He's got to have better form tackling, and he's just got to have more will to do it. I'll tell you the truth. A lot of times he does have that will. He just doesn't have the technique. And then sometimes, like if you see one play where he'll try to make a tackle and he kind of gets ran through because he's not able to do it the right way, and he's probably feeling it. He's probably hurt. The next play, if that ball goes to his side, he's not going to try to make that tackle. He's going to give a half effort to make that tackle. So a lot of things to like about him. A couple of things I think he needs to clean up. But overall, I think he's the best cornerback in this draft, second best DB in this draft, and definitely a day one starter. I think he'll be an elite corner in the NFL. You guys let me know what you think of Sauce Gardner. Do you want him on your team? And let me know where you think he'll go. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.